Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I am someone who is very experienced, shall we say, too experienced, with the arena. And a couple weeks ago, I talked about how we were going to start seeing patterns with the arena that were similar to what's happened whenever in the past people have, as a whole, moved up to a higher rank of overall best champions. So previously, before 6 stars were a thing, the arena never changed. For years, we knew exactly what the infinite streak was because the best you could do was rank for 5 stars. And then it's easy to forget this, but the same-ish month that they announced that we would have the materials, which is a fancy way to say tier 5 basic catalyst, to finally be able to take 5 stars to rank 5, we discovered that Kabam was going to introduce 6 stars. Of course, this caused a whole bunch of players to leave the game, including some really great YouTubers. Several people I could spend 10 minutes talking about. Idolist being one of my closest friends that unfortunately left. Still a great dude, though. You can leave the game and still be a great dude, right? But of course, in the last couple weeks, really last 3 weeks, we had so many people become Paragon with 3+ rank 4 6 stars that the meta has shifted. Now, this is different than people who, for whatever reason, face what almost looks like visual glitches, but they say they're rank 5 6 stars. These are usually teams that Kabam has put up against us that are, I guess you'd call them practice experiment teams. Ironically, we have seen these same teams with like a 6-star Awakened Wolverine and other champions that we haven't been able to get ourselves in the game. It is quite a double standard. Now, I will say this for the record. I've only seen this in like 2 or 3 rounds, period, since July 4th weekend. It's still 2 or 3 rounds more than I'm used to. But for the most part, I'll pull up my next featured 6-star arena fights, and you can see it's like this, right? This is what looks to be the easy matchups. No offense to Death Knell, but when you're facing a Thronebreaker with a bunch of rank 1 unawakened 6 stars, and the PI is between 7,000 and 7,800, it should be an easy matchup, especially because my 6 stars are PIs between 11 and 12,000. That's what you hope to see once you obtain the quote-unquote infinite streak. But I have heard from some of you that every once in a while you'll be running, especially the 6-star featured arena, with champions that are ranked better than these and around the same win streak, and all of a sudden death matches will be triggered and you'll be stuck in the spiral for a few matches where it's not that it's impossible to win, and skilled players still will win, but it's just a combination of annoying and confusing and frustrating. So I'm going to black out the screen real quick because I'm going to jump to the messages inbox, specifically of my man Stephen Fireheart. Shout out to all my United Kingdom subscribers. And you can see that he faced with his rank 2s and a rank 3 awakened 6-star Venom, all with a PI between 14,000 and 17,000. Omega Sentinel, Kitty Pryde, and Silver Surfer, all with PI above 23,000. Kitty Pryde obviously has a higher than average PI because of the class disadvantage that Stealth Spidey faces against Kitty Pryde. But this is something that you would expect to see maybe if you were fighting with these champions in rounds, say, 6 through 15. But this is something that can now be triggered much, much later, and it never has been before. And so if you want further proof, here is the win streak of 73, which is ironic because, again, this is sitting from a win streak of 73, and right now I have a win streak of 76. So Steven had no idea that that was the case whenever he sent these images to me. It's all kind of a coincidence, if you will. But he faced this in some kind of like weird loop where the algorithm just kind of took over and did its thing. He faced fights like this for 5 straight matches. Now, he's not saying that these are impossible. Obviously, he still won them. But you're not supposed to see these. I actually, speaking of the Idolist, once debated in a podcast with him years ago if we thought that the Infinite Streak was even something Kabam originally set out to make possible. I don't think it was. But I think that just for whatever reason, the algorithms made it possible and the community figured it out. And then once you normalize something, this is why the Mole Man nerf was so egregious for so many people. Once you normalize something for over a year plus, and then you try to change it back, you're taking away something that is an expectation and feels like a right. And that's what happened with Stephen Firehart. And you can see Stealth Spidey still doing pretty decent damage in this fight against Kitty Pryde, but I digress. So, be warned, this is not the guaranteed outcome of the new 6-star featured arena post July 4th experience, but it can happen, and sadly, as more people become Paragon and the meta continues to shift up, I expect this to happen more and more. So thanks again to Stephen Firehart for the info on this video, and thanks to everybody else who maybe didn't make it in this video, but still sent me similar stories.